Good Monday morning, everybody.
Happy President's
Oh
Day,
yeah, that's a thing.
everybody. Some of us are off, some of us are not, but it is President's Day. Monday, crazy weekend,
It
lots going
it's
on.
been a crazy weekend just in life and then in the sports world too.
Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see a special guest on the
Yes.
line. They've been It's our first boy to ever visit, but they're not allowed to talk right now until they're ready to till we're ready for them. So they're just a guest in the guest audience right now. So
He's our peanut gallery.
yeah. So okay, so
Uh,
we'll talk
so
football.
yeah. What's going on here?
Okay, so
Because
yeah,
football's
they're
over. So why are we still talking about this? What's going
no,
on?
because they are actually considering change. There's a few things. Just because when hockey's over, do you just quit talking about hockey?
Oh girl, no.
Okay, well then don't be judging. We listen and we don't judge, sister. We listen and
No,
we don't.
we do judge, but we just do it
Okay,
quietly.
so they're wanting to rename the Lombardi Trophy to the Tom Brady. Bill
What?
Belichick has asked for the Lombardi Trophy, who won the first two Super Bowls as head coach of the Packers, but he was never a player.
Oh, who
Brady
actually
did,
won
though.
the
He
Super
won
Bowl?
seven of them. So the numbers don't lie. Brady owns 15 Super Bowl records. 15, girl. Um, Most passing yards, and including some that haven't been broken, and those are most passing yards with 3,039, most passing touchdowns with 21, most appearances 10, oldest quarterback to win at 43 years old, and most Super Bowl MVPs is 5. So when the greatest coach of all time is telling, "Hey, we might need to rename this trophy now." I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because I have a loathing relationship with Tom
With
Brady.
Tom Brady. I feel like it doesn't roll off the tongue as well as like the Lombardi trophy, the Brady trophy.
Right, right.
Lombardi, Brady. Like that just it no. No. I can see why. Literally I can see why. It just aesthetically doesn't make me happy.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, it
Um,
wouldn't make
but
a lot of people
speaking,
happy because
yeah.
I feel like then you're. I know that the Lombardi Trophy is the Packers,
Yeah.
but we're used to that. I feel like if they change it, then we're going over to the Patriots.
And then what's gonna stop them from changing it, 10 years down the road when someone breaks Brady's records? Like it doesn't
Right. Why do we not
fundamentally it
have
doesn't
the
make sense.
three-peat from the Cowboys? I mean, the Tom Landry, I'm just saying, good records or bad records, it's perspective. I
No,
mean,
yeah.
so,
Uh
or their NFL record. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it yet because it's
I
a
I
little
just
daunting to think about that.
I think it's gonna open up a can of worms more than it would probably
Hmm. It'll be up for
do.
debate for sure.
Yeah.
Philly parade, they
Yeah.
had their. Did you see video of how many people were in attendance there? Literally,
It
my
was
anxiety went up seeing the
insane.
crowd.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I
But
loved it. I was
they're a proud city. A
Yes,
proud city, a proud state. Like they were ready and I think it was definitely well deserved.
and I didn't hear. I mean, now obviously Texas to Philadelphia, I didn't hear of any bad things happening or any knockdown dragouts or anything. Which
Yeah.
I can't say that always happens, but there were so many people. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They did a drone image, and I was looking at it, and I was just like, my anxiety was getting bad. So I was like, people in the middle of all of that, that's just nuts.
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey,
Yeah.
Swifty,
So Swift
he's talking about
Mr.
retiring.
Swift.
Yes,
Mr. Swift.
he's
I
it.
don't know.
He has until March 14th,
Yeah,
I
because the
believe.
Chiefs gave him a deadline of deciding if he was going to play another season or if he was going to retire. I think he's going to play another season.
I don't know. I don't know because
I think
Taylor's
he's gonna
over it.
play.
I'm telling you, Taylor's over it, and
She's a football girl. Like she was raised with
they
Philadelphia
would.
Eagles in her
I
blood.
see them totally getting married and
Oh,
running off into the
okay. First
sunset
of
and
all,
just not
just
doing.
because they get married doesn't mean that they're gonna run off
I
into the
really do. I really
sunset
think
and
that
forget
they're both.
everything. She is a
They're gonna
billion dollar
exactly. So
pop
she doesn't
star.
have to
Like
work.
no, but she loves what she does,
Yeah.
and I
So
think
I
so does
don't know. We'll
Travis.
see. I guess we'll know March 14th. If he comes back,
Yeah,
then we know they're probably not getting married. If right away. If he doesn't come back, then we know that that's probably because I think there were rumors this weekend that he proposed to her. I
there's
don't know.
been rumors like that since like
I had never heard it
6 weeks
before, so
ago.
I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
So
So
no, definitely a lot of rumors. It'll be interesting to see. And then to see if he does retire, how is that going to change the dynamics of the Chiefs? Him and Mahomes are kind of buddy buddy. So we'll see.
yeah, I do know that his brother,
Hmm.
Jason, caught a lot of flack because he was torn. He used to play for the Eagles. That's who he
Yeah.
retired from. And he lost, so he was like, I was getting stuck in the middle, but I love my brother, but I wanted to see him part of history, but I
Yeah.
also have my boys on the team that I just left.
Yeah.
And so it
I
was
think yeah.
poor
That was
guy.
rough.
He couldn't win. There was no way he was going to win that
Mm-mm.
argument at
No.
all
100%
whatsoever.
not. No.
Okay,
Um,
hockey. Do your
but yeah,
thing, Chicken Wayne.
I know you did you watch the game?
Yes. Girl. Girl, girl, girl.
Oh,
First nine
okay.
seconds, three fights. Three fights. I was
Yes.
like, they were
So,
angry.
so anyone who didn't watch the USA versus Canada game, which first of all is just so sweet to say because it's the first time USA and Canada have gone head to head, not including juniors, not including women's hockey,
Right.
but like men's hockey, Olympics, whatever. It is the
Hmm.
first time they've gone head to head in 9 years. And
Yeah.
that is a rivalry built in blood. Like it is down to the core USA versus Canada hockey
Yeah.
all day, every day, regardless if you root for a Canadian team or you root for a US team. Like that is
They may have
competition.
won the game, or they may have won the fight or the game or whatever, but there was definitely some tensions built.
Yes. So
Let me
anyway,
tell
again,
you. Now,
who didn't
granted, I
watch
think
it?
some of that had to do with the political stuff going outside
Oh,
of it,
100%.
but those boys were ready to throw
So,
jabs,
anyone who
man.
didn't watch it, literally in the first 3 seconds of puck dropping, Matthew Tkachuk went head to head with Brandon Hagel, who played for the Canadian team. Literally gloves dropped, and it was even like the players didn't even care because Matthew was right winger.
Hmm.
So the puck dropped, and the centers who were taking the face off
Yep.
didn't even try to get the puck. They were like, "This is going down." Literally 2 seconds later, after they tried to do another face off, Matthew's brother Brady Kachuk dropped the gloves with Sam Bennett, who, ironically enough, is his older brother Matthew Kachuk's teammate on the Florida Panthers.
Oh,
So, and then to round it out, our trifold of fights, JT Miller, I think maybe 10 seconds later, when they had a good shot at the first shot on goal for USA to Canada, JT Miller, formerly of the Vancouver Canucks, now of the New York Rangers, unfortunately, also dropped the gloves with Colton. I'm gonna mispronounce his last name, Paraco.
hmm.
Um, so it was just from the get-go, it was a brawl. And it came out actually later on that they had actually planned it. There was a group chat between the three of them that they wanted to drop the gloves as soon as the game started, which it does have a lot to do with the rivalry, but then also just politically what is going on with the
Ooh,
hockey world.
yeah.
Um, with
Speaking
even
of that
just
part of it, they booed.
Mhm.
I'm a little embarrassed. I am a little. I'm on behalf of our our great nation. I'm a little embarrassed that the whole crowd was booing and
That
people get.
hurt to me. I might not agree with politically what our country's going through, but I am 100% an American person. I born and raised on this nation's soil. Like that just hurts.
It hurt
Because
because
we
they're
don't
best
come to
friends. They were
Canada
best
and boo
friends, and it's
their
just
national
bad
anthem.
timing. But I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm not going to say I agree or disagree. I don't like it. I know that it's embarrassing for us as a
Mhm.
nation. I feel like that's just my personal opinion about it. But yeah, that was some good hockey. That was
It
some good.
was. It was a heavy hitting game. It was definitely Canada scored first, which is always very like nerve-wracking for me watching the game. Because I'm like very superstitious and a lot of the times the teams that score first typically end up winning.
Right.
But I will say though, Connor McDavid had a really, really good goal to lead off the Canadian scoring, and
Yep.
he put the speed on like nobody's business, which is what he's famous for. Um, but USA thankfully came back and knocked out one rather quickly after it, and then another in the second period, and then third period they had an empty netter, which kind of just solidified the win. Um,
Right.
but it wasn't all just, heavy hitting games and rivalries, even though Saturday was rivalry day night because we had the US and Canada game that night. And then we had the Finland and Sweden game that morning, which they are also rivals if you didn't know. Finland ended up taking it in overtime with a ringer from Michael, I was gonna say Garland, but I don't think that's his last name, who plays for Dallas Stars, mind you.
Oh,
He's a Finland player who plays for Dallas Stars, so that was extra exciting. Um, uh, but uh, Thomas Harley, also of the Dallas Stars, got called up. Literally, the game was Saturday. He got called up Friday. Apparently, was about to get on a plane to go to Cabo because, it's like a 2 week break. So hockey players are going on vacation, particularly somewhere warm. Um, Getting ready to get on the plane to go to Cabo with his teammate Wyatt Johnson when he got the call from Team Canada asking can he come fill in because Cal McCarr, who was playing for Canada, ended up actually taking the game off because he ended up getting sick. So they needed someone to fill in as a defenseman. So they called up Harley. Didn't know if he was going to play, but he went to Montreal. Couldn't even get on the ice to practice with them on Saturday. Like literally, there's a video of him like hiding behind the door because Cal McCarr was still on the ice, and this just dictates that if that player is not out of practice, you can't get on the ice because of
rules.
numbers of the teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a chance to practice with them. Like literally, first time touching the ice was warm ups at the game. And he did phenomenal. He had like 17 plus minutes of total ice time, which is crazy for a defenseman to have. Um, but he was called up. He did fabulous. I love Thomas Harley. Have been a huge fan of him for a while. So I was really excited to see him kind of get the nod to play
Mm-hmm.
for a national team. But what's also really cool about the Four Nations Face-Off is that it's a family affair.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Matthew and Brady Tkachuk,
Mm-hmm.
brothers, their dad, Keith Tkachuk, also played for Team USA. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say maybe 20, 30, probably a little bit more, um, maybe 40, 50 years ago. Also started the fight with a brawl. Love that. And then, of course, the Hughes brothers would have been another pair of brothers on Team USA, which would have been crazy to have two sets of brothers. Quinn
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately did not make it because he's also out with an injury. But did you know our head coach Mike Sullivan is the father-in-law to Charlie McAvoy, who also plays for Team USA?
What?
Yeah, so there's a father and son-in-law that is on Team USA, which is so cool.
I wonder
McAvoy
if that's the
plays.
first in history.
No, I
No.
don't know who the
Okay.
first one was, but it's they're not the first in history. But it's also really cool is because McAvoy plays for Boston. They go to Boston this week because they spent a week in Montreal playing their round robins. Now they go to Boston. This is going to be the first time that Mike Sullivan's going to see his granddaughter that Charlie McAvoy and his wife Kelly just had. So it's
Aww.
going to be really, really special and really sweet. But we have one more week, and then the finals take place on Thursday. And with USA's win against Canada, we've officially punched our ticket to the finals. So we were playing the
Oh,
championship game, and now it's just a race between Sweden, Finland, and Canada to see who we will
I
face off
really
on
hope
the
it comes down
way.
to Canada.
Oh my
I
God.
really want it. I really, right now, my nerves really want it to be Canada.
Oh my
And
God. I don't know
yeah,
if my nerves could take another game like that. It was rough.
yeah,
So
yeah.
rough. But I am excited. This is the hockey I feel like we've been missing for so long.
Hmm.
Because Olympics haven't had hockey in a while,
Right.
which
Well,
they're gonna have it the 2026 Worlds and the 2028 Olympics. So super excited that it's coming back. Um, and I'm also excited to see who is called up for those teams because it's just a huge honor to play for a national team, regardless of what
right,
country you play for.
right. What country? But one thing I was going to say is, how many more games this season do we? Does the there's 82 games. Are they halfway
Hmm.
through the season?
Yeah, they hit their halfway mark right about early January.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because
Cool.
I mean we
Well,
have
who's
the
in the
rest of.
standings? Who's in the top standings?
Oh, girl, it's gonna take me a while.
Okay.
I'll let you know next podcast.
Okay. All right. Next thing is our Corpus Christi
Soccer league?
soccer team finally
Yeah.
kicked off on Saturday night um, against San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Did you
it was a
go?
packed house.
Did you go?
I did not get to make it there, but it
Mm.
was a packed house. They
Yeah.
did you?
I saw photos. That's
Yeah,
crazy. It makes me so happy as
it
like a
does me
soccer, like a
too.
former soccer player. Like that makes me so excited to like see soccer is just again such a huge sport, and we've touched on this a lot in the previous podcast. It's such a huge sport in Corpus and the coastal bend that I'm
Right.
like thrilled and giddy that it's
I'm
getting its well deserved, you
I'm
know.
really hoping that they're successful with getting little girls out there,
Hmm.
getting doing that part of it, that motivation, that oh, it makes my heart happy for the girls because so many times I think that girls they want to be athletic and but then they're considered, well, no, you'll be tomboy. I
Hmm.
think you and I've talked about that as
Yeah.
well. And girls need to see that they can be the next
Hmm.
soccer superstar or
Hmm.
have that belief in themselves if that is what their path chooses. And so it's really cool.
And speaking of, sorry, you said girls, and I had the absolute greatest transaction with a person yesterday at HEB. I was wearing my New Jersey Devils big windbreaker jacket that I'm pretty sure you've seen me wear a couple times.
Hmm.
Um, First of all, I walked in, a guy was like, "Yeah, hockey's in the house," and I was like, "Heck yes, it is." And then I was walking down another aisle, and this woman stopped me. She goes, "I love your jacket." I said, "Well, thank you." She goes, "My daughter loves New Jersey Devils," and I like wanted to cry first of all right there because one, you don't get a lot of New Jersey Devils fans in Corpus Christi, Texas, but two, that is just so cool to hear her say, "My daughter is a huge hockey fan."
Yeah.
Of course, she said, "Oh, her favorite, Nico Hischier," as she should.
It's just cool that when you're in passing, when you meet other women or other girls that are in. I met a girlfriend um, at one of my friends' houses on Super Bowl, and she is very much into athletics and teaches coaches soccer at the children's level, middle school level, and I'm just like. I love that. And I told
Yeah.
her, I said, told her we talked a little bit. We had never met before. And so I love hearing
Yeah,
when
it
women are
it
interested. Girl talk,
made
sports talk, they can
it
be both.
made my day. And I told the mom, I was like, we need more female fans, especially in hockey. And so I told her, I was like, it made my day to hear that. And so it was
Yeah.
just a nice little like, oh, that's like a perfect way to like end a Sunday to, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. Okay, do we need to take a break real quick before we go
Yes,
to our
real
special
quick.
guest
Yeah,
our
before we
in
head to
the
our special
audience?
guest. Yes. Want to know what's going on in Corpus Christi? Make sure you check out cceventscalendar.com. That holds all of the events going on for the entire month. New are added daily. And again, that is cceventscalendar.com. And we are back with a very special guest. Anyone who doesn't know this man, this is Coach J.A. Anderson. He
Blast from the past. Our guest speak. Our first. You should feel really privileged. Tell me that you feel privileged being the first male on Girl Talk Sports Talk. And how many episodes? What episode is this? 44.
44.
We've gone 44 podcasts without a man on the show. Feels special. I'm just saying.
I, you know, first of all, I am totally honored to join you, beautiful young ladies that I call my sisters. So it is for me to be the first. It really makes me feel loved and
We don't
respected.
usually allow boys on the thing, but Mikayla asked and said, "Hey, we're going to do this," and I said, "You know what? Anybody else, I might shake my finger and say, no, ma'am, sorry." But when she said Coach Anderson, had to say, okay. So what's going
Yeah.
on? What's up? What's going
I,
on?
I I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah.
I think you girls are doing a great job
Aw.
sitting back, listening to the information and the way you girls, excuse me, women. I know it's girl talk, but you women converse, about sports and not just one particular sports, but just various sports uh, in general. It was very educational, and I've been knowing you girls, and I didn't think that y'all had that information. Not down to y'all, but I'm just,
Listen, I'm
I'm,
glad you're being
I,
honest. I'm glad we've
I
always had
feel
that keep it real. But
right.
I can't believe you would think we'd come to the table and not know what we were talking about.
Hey,
Anderson,
no,
you should
no,
know me better than that by now.
that's true. But I do say this: I'm honored that I know you guys and I consider you family because you do know what you're talking about. And
Aw.
has been great to hear you guys speak a lot of sense about certain things that you guys been talking about. And it makes me feel good.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Aw. Wow, you can come and be a guest all the time
Uh,
and give us pep
He's going to be
talks
our
like that.
honorary guest. He's the only boy that we allow. They have to go through his door first.
hey,
Okay, so what's
it's like,
going on in Triton world?
Okay, well, first of
Those.
all, we need to introduce him because we
Well,
can't
you
just
just said our coach.
but coach for what?
go ahead, Michaela.
You just said if you didn't know, this is Coach and
This is okay, well, you never know. You never know. So this is head coach Anderson, who is our head coach for the Corpus Christi Tritons. We've known him for a little over a year now. Me and
Mhm.
him are going into our second season together, which is exciting. Um, and honestly, he's not just a head coach, he is a just a man in the community who is really opening doors for youth football, youth academics, and is just a really big highlight and a big inspiration.
so
Thank you.
tell
Thank
us
you.
about so head coach.
Yes,
What's the
ma'am.
schedule looking like?
Um, the schedule is going to be exciting. It's going to be
I know I'm
exciting.
excited.
Uh, it's going to be right now. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people of the nature of bringing in certain organizations that's going to come play in Corpus of the larger cities. With the games being nationally televised, I think that's going to bring a lot of excitement to our city, and I
Mm-hmm.
think our
Hmm.
city deserve that to be a part of that nature to experience that that in sports.
Right.
Hmm.
Tryouts. Aren't y'all having tryouts soon or training camp? Training camp starting. When does training
Yeah.
camp start?
Training camp starts on Thursday of this week
Okay.
coming up, February 20th. The Everybody reports in on February 18th, February 19th, physicals, getting their physicals done and their assignments, and all the technical stuff, equipment, and all that stuff. So you get all through that, and then we have orientation on the 19th. So we'll have a good conversation with the guys and introduce the coaches and get to learn a lot of guys in person that you haven't really met, and then it's time to get down to work.
And real quick, what is one key takeaway that you're hoping to look forward to in the season?
As far as what?
As just like the team in general, last season we had a really, really good run. Going almost undefeated.
Almost.
Um, almost. We got undefeated at home. But unfortunately we did fall to Amarillo one game and then ultimately the disappointment in Georgia at the end of last season. But this team, this league, this season is gonna be bigger, badder, better.
Mhm.
So just what is one goal that you're looking forward to?
Winning the championship. There's nothing less. You know what I mean? I still have a
Heck
bad
yeah.
taste. I have a bad taste in my mouth, and that's just me personally. But
Mm-hmm.
me being at the Ham
Mhm.
now, moving forward this year, it starts from the top. So it's gonna trickle down to where our preparation and understanding. The guy we have some great guys coming in. It
Do we have
is
any returning players, Coach?
Yes, we do. We have a total of six.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes,
six.
six six players coming back that we felt that was capable of
Mm-hmm.
competing at this level. And there's no disrespect to any other guys that we didn't invite back. Some other guys have ventured off to other teams that's playing in this level as well, and we wish them the best of luck
Okay.
in their endeavors. And if we see them, it'd be great to see them along the line. But
It's
as
Right.
gonna be
far as
fun to play
us,
them.
man, huh?
It's gonna be fun to play them.
Well, it's always great competition. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, coach knows your pros and your cons, so um, it's sort of one track thing with me. But that's another story. Uh, that's another story. I'm just
Buckets.
excited to get to work and see these guys, bring these guys into our community, really get out in the community and really work a little bit more than what we did last year.
Hmm.
I think that's the biggest thing, especially on this level, and you have this type of outlet with being games are nationally televised. Well, we got to get out in the community to make sure everybody knows that
Yeah.
you want to be in the American Bank Center because our games are nationally tough. And not only that, but we have a great product.
Yeah.
And
Right.
before you can sell any seats, you got to have the product to sell.
Right. Right. Now who are do you have other coaches already listed, or are you still looking for
Yeah.
coaches, or does
Well,
anyone need to submit an application?
no, man, we're closed up. You know what I mean? I always like good help, but we're closed up. Everything is sort of finalized now
Good.
as far as our roster is up. It's finalized. You can't add any more players, and that's throughout the whole league.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
Yeah, so and then you can't even hire no more coaches, so it's a little different, a little tight knit
What
within this
is
league.
what is the main difference between AF1 and AIF?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
AIF and the AF1. Uh,
Okay.
the difference is
Okay.
the credibility, and just I would say the type of players.
Okay.
We signed the all time great receiver Darius Prince that formerly played with the Philadelphia Eagles,
Hmm.
and he's for the last 4 years he's either won MVP of the year or Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
So, and not only him, we have a lot of great guys coming in, most strong quarterbacks. We just signed Fred Payton last night. Was our last signing.
Okay.
Uh, so that's listen to me. This is probably in my 26 years. This is probably in the top three rosters that I've been a part of
Oh
coach.
wow.
This is a very talented group that we're bringing in.
What's the average age range on these guys, or how long have they been playing compared to what AIF was?
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. We only have two rookies, two true rookies that
Okay.
we're bringing into camp
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
that hadn't played any arena at all.
Okay.
So you know, majority
That's pretty
majority
good.
guys are 3, 4, 5, 6 years,
Okay.
7 years. So we have a very experienced team that we're going to eventually put together, and we have experienced coaches. So my coaches have played the game, and so it's very helpful when you have coaches that's played the game as
Hmm.
well. So they get it from a player aspect into a coaches, so you can deliver it a little bit better.
Right. Well,
So
last year's Tritons had a lot of rookies, right? It versus as far as never having played indoor versus now you only have two or three that haven't played indoor.
yeah, I think 97% of our team last year was rookies.
Well, they did pretty good for rookies coming out the box. I mean, if y'all
I
were able to put a puzzle together with with a
With
bunch of
that, well,
rookies,
yeah,
you
Hey,
know,
this puzzle's gonna be beautiful.
I'm not complaining. You know, we saw what we had in camp, and we needed to make some moves after we saw what we had in camp. So we made some moves, and when we throughout the season, we kept making moves to find a great piece and put the puzzle together, and we did that. And that, I mean, don't get me wrong, even in this year, it will be some pieces moving in the puzzle because
mhm,
it
Hmm.
takes that throughout the season. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
Yeah,
But I mean, you setting the standard of what you're looking for and what you're gonna, present to the public, and that's the certain standard that we want to keep out. So
right, right.
yeah.
How? So, who do you think will be your biggest challenge? Will it be Columbus again, or is it somebody else on the?
We don't play Columbus.
Oh, y'all
no,
don't.
Mm-mm.
no, you
Thank
know,
the Lord.
no,
'Cause
no,
I
because
can't
I
handle
would take
another
I would
heartbreak.
take I would take this to damn. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Um,
It's fine.
I
uh,
cuss sometimes.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm only human.
I would love to see a rematch with the. Oh, yeah.
Maybe there's years to come. But anyways, I'm excited to play whoever is on our schedule.
Okay. Okay. And
Good,
That's
when's the
what I
first
good
mean.
game?
answer.
Yeah,
When's the
I
first
think
game?
when's our first game?
Yes,
Hmm.
March 10th.
March 10th. Oh my gosh, that's just right around the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, training camp is only 10 days. So
yeah.
it's a quick
It's a quick
turnaround.
turnaround.
It's a quick
Whoa,
turnaround.
that is quick. Well, but you've
Yes.
got I mean, you don't have rookies other than three, so that should help some, right? I mean, I would
What,
think because they
what
know kind of they have
to
that
lay out?
experience.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have. I mean, we're instructed to have. We're not instructed, but we would have like 2 a day practices, one in the morning, one in the evening, to try to push up that
Balance
time.
out.
Balance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's sort of balanced, right? So I know for a fact from when they report on Thursday to Sunday, they will have at least 7 practices from Thursday to Sunday.
Ooh, they're gonna be
Yeah.
exhausted. They're
I'm
gonna be
hurting
exhausted.
just thinking about it.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to put into play, So
Yeah,
I'm not the type of coach that wants to keep going back and forth. I'm trying to
Mhm.
work on week one. So
yeah,
when we step out at home March 10th, we look like a mid-season team. So
yeah.
that's my sort of structure of
Well,
how
if
I do
any
things.
coach can do it, I believe that Coach Anderson can
Hundred
do it.
percent. 100%. There is
Look at
no
y'all.
other person I would be behind and leading us to that victory because I need a new ring and I have a place on my hand. It's this middle finger. So when anyone talks crap about us, I can just
uh,
hold it up.
That's funny. Okay, well, anything else that we want to talk about with them? Where can they get tickets? Where can they what's the setup?
Man, everybody get to the American Bank Center, man. Get to the American Bank Center, box office. Make sure
Can they buy them online?
I believe so. Yes, I think that's open.
Yes.
Don't get one ticket. Go ahead and get a season ticket because
Yeah.
you do not want to miss this show. Trust me. It's going to be the greatest show on turf here in Corpus Christi.
There
Nice.
we
I
go.
like it. I like it.
Perfect
Okay, well,
ending.
because he is on the phone with us today as our guest audience, as our number one male, he's going to be
Are we
Would
gonna?
You Rather. He gets to do Would You Rather today.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So this is a little game we play.
So,
Well,
do you remember, Mikayla, when I met Coach Anderson and Coach Blakely and Coach Chavez and all them? They didn't ever want to talk, and like they'd be like, "Don't go do the players, go do that, go do that," and we stuck with it, and we stuck with it, and we stuck with it, and they finally just was like, "Okay, fine, just do it, so we can leave
and
it."
now I have plenty of TikTok ideas to get the coaches to do.
Love it. Okay, so Coach Anderson, we play a game on here, me and Mikayla, and the rule is this: it's a would you rather question,
Okay.
and you answer the question the way it is written. You don't say, but what if this happens? No, the question as it's read.
Technicalities. There's
Yeah, Mikayla
loopholes,
tries to get
Melina.
in through technicalities like, well, but yeah, I would do that because I would do this. No, the question is this.
I
Take
don't play
away
fair,
any
basically.
other examples. Okay. Would you rather lose your sight or lose your memory?
Memory.
Mikayla?
Oh God, that's a hard one. I already have shit sight to begin with, but I also have really bad memory.
I
Um,
would probably lose my sight because I can keep the memories and then I can
I
still make
think
memories. I just can't see them, but I can listen to them.
I think I would lose my memories because there's a great thing called cell phones and cameras and recorders that I can record and take pictures.
Technicality.
It's not technicality. I'm giving you a reason
That was
why.
smooth. That was smooth right
Why?
there. That was
Because
really
if
smooth.
I can't watch hockey or soccer or Lord forbid even the Longhorns after like that, I'd be
Coach
miserable.
Anderson, I'm proud of myself. This year I taught Mikayla how to watch college football. And
What?
she became a
I
fan.
thought she was already watching college football.
She had never.
Wait, do you not know?
Do you not know the big secret? This
What's the big?
girl, when she got picked up last year, when we talked, I thought she knew what she was talking about. She had no idea about football at all. Zero.
Well, I knew she was a puckhead. You know,
No,
I knew
like
she was a puckhead. You know,
yes,
I
but like
knew I
I
knew
knew
hockey was her
nothing.
thing. I
I
knew
knew
hockey was her
nothing.
thing. I mean, it's okay. You have come a long way,
I
and,
have.
and I'm very proud of you.
I have.
And
She's
that's great teaching, Melina. That's great teaching.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life
Not in South Texas.
or or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Give up AC and heating. I can wear less
Oh,
clothes or more clothes. I can't live without the internet.
Coach would give up internet. He would he
He has a
I
little tiny flip phone. He
oh,
doesn't count.
a flip
when
phone?
do I have? I don't have a flip phone,
Coach,
but
coach.
I don't have a flip phone,
Did you
but
ever get it fixed, by the way?
I don't have a flip phone, but I would get up internet. I'm really not an internet guy unless I have to. Like, fortunately I have internet and I'm able to get on this with you girls and it's great,
Good
but
save. Good save.
I don't do the Instagram, the air, all that. I don't do all that. I mean,
Right,
See,
right.
I'm old school. I'm luckily I have Facebook to commute and with family and friends, but
mm-mm.
I'm really old school. Coach will be
half of
50.
half
Coach
of
will be
my
50
job
this year.
for the
You're
team
gonna be
that
how
you
old this year?
coach.
I'll be 50.
You're a baby. You're a baby.
Hey, listen, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I will be.
Half
It's
of my
okay. Mikayla will
job.
be 30.
Okay,
Now that's a
that
baby.
hurts. That hurts.
That's a
Half
baby.
of my job is to be on the internet for this team, so I have to have the internet.
And that's great, Michaela. We love it, but I can't give up AC and heat though.
Oh,
Baby, do you know where we stay at? We stay in South Texas.
I know. Trust
It's
me, I know.
hot.
It
It's
sounds like a
hot.
perfect excuse to move away from South Texas.
oh, yeah. No AC in this town would be really hard. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
well,
it.
I drove without AC in my car for like 5 years. That was
I
fun.
did it for 2.5 while I was on the island. For 2.5, I'd roll down the windows,
Hmm.
just try to drive real fast so that I could get the air till I was
And
able
you
to
wonder why
get.
I drive fast? It's because it's PTSD from not having AC, Melina.
You're ridiculous. Okay, what's your today in sports today?
Yes. So to round it all out, today in sports, back in 1951, Detroit Red Wing Gordie Howe scores his 100th career NHL goal and adds an assist and a 2-1 Red Ring. Oh my, this freaking lisp. Red Wings victory over the Canadiens in Montreal, Quebec.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, I don't think we have anything this week. I was asked this weekend where our Friday podcasts were, and I had to say that we were lifing because that's the truth. It's the truth with your new job and with my crazy job and schedule. If you hear us on Fridays, it's a bonus. If you don't, you'll hear us on Monday. That's going to be the easiest way to
Exactly.
put it right now.
And if you're wondering where to hear us or where you can watch our lovely faces, it is on YouTube and Spotify. So make sure you go there, leave a nice little supportive comment. Um,
Supportive, kind.
supportive keyword. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, and all that good fun stuff. Thank you so much to Coach Anderson for hopping on here and listening to
I'm gonna
us
have to get you. We're gonna
babble.
have to figure out a plaque for you when you come to visit because you're the only dude. They're gonna have to go through you. I mean, if a dude wants to be on here, you got to go see the coach. I don't know. I don't know about
Please,
all
if a dude has to get into my life, he has to go to he has to go through
Oh,
Anderson.
yes. I mean, you are another daughter to me, so I do care about
Yep.
whichever great guy that you meet because he's going to have to be great.
that.
So yes, there's a series of questions that you would have to answer.
Mikayla,
And it's
yeah, Mikayla is. Michaela has grown a lot in the past year. I will say that she came out of that little shy box kind of thing. Of course,
yes.
she tried to be like that. I'm like, girl, come on. Like, I'm not like about all that. Let's just do what we got to do, get done what we got to get done. I'm not all about
Mhm.
all of. We don't need to sugarcoat it. We don't need to be rude and disrespectful, but we don't need to sugarcoat it. And so she's really taken that. I love the fact that she has gone on to a new career doing what she loves. Um,
Yes.
I love
Yes.
this. Keep talking about me. Like this is great.
oh my God, stop.
I mean, no, and Melina, they actually asked me, one of, her jobs that, she does. And they asked me, Coach, what do you think about Michaela? And I just don't, you have truly gotten yourself a jewel of a
I'm gonna
gem because
cry.
she's a dedicated young lady and she's all in. So and that's just for me experiencing,
right.
working with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pleasure.
Yep.
It's a
Aw.
pleasure with Melina. The same way, like, when I dub somebody to be my sister, because I only have one sister in real life.
Right.
Hmm.
So if I tell another woman that you are like a sister, that means you really touched a part of me, and I really opened up, and you got a chance to meet, you know, JA, other than the coach JA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
the other JA, the JA, y'all don't want to know about that JA. He a cool cat outside. When he's a
yeah,
coach for the Owls and he's a coach for the Tritons, he's
Hmm.
one guy. But no, I really hope that the Tritons really have another good run. I'm really excited about seeing the players come. I think there's a lot of anticipation about the Tritons coming back. So I think it's a great thing. Um, of course, you know me, I love the fact that sports is here for these kids.
Hmm.
That's
oh yeah,
key first and foremost. So long as
for
the
sure.
kids get to benefit and see real role models and see guys out there that look like them that they can look after and be able to say, I can be that. I in
Yes.
any sport. I don't care what sport it is, but especially football. South Texas is big enough. I feel I've always believed that. So my hope is that this season, going into a new division or a new league,
Hmm.
um, will help bring more awareness to the Corpus Christi community as a whole.
For sure. Let me say this before we go, before y'all have me off. I want to send a invitation out to every organization in the coastal bend. If you have something going on and you would like the Tritons to be a part of it, please reach out to us. We are open. We will open you with
Yes.
open arms. If there's anything with the kids, schools, and not only that, nursing homes, hospital visits. If everybody that's listening now, if you want the Tritons to make an appearance, please reach out to us. We are willing and
Yes.
ready to
Mm.
come out and work and be a blessing in our community. Um, Also, shout out to my Oldham Night Owl family, the OYFA, all my board members, my lovely wife. Um, I am thrilled and I'm grateful for my sisters that they invited me today. It was wonderful talking to you, young ladies. You are on a great path with your girl talk, sports talk. I love it.
Thank you. And
Thank you. Thank
as
you.
always, this is Michaela.
This is Melina.
And remember, sports are for girls too.